Today we are going to talk about dedicated equipment and which one is worth for you to build and invest on. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, dedicated equipments are equipments that you will get through the counter case by reaching level 100 on your unit. Only units that have a counter case file will have their own dedicated equipment and when reaching level 100. And this equipment can only be equipped by the unit itself. For example, Kyle Wong can't equip Shaolin's dedicated equipment. Dedicated equipment also only come in the form of accessory, so keep that in mind when you are planning on gearing your units in the future. An example of great dedicated equipment is Shaolin's dedicated equipment, the Reliable Messenger. This is a great example of a great dedicated equipment. It has 2 attack speed substat, and the unit that can use this equipment really benefits on the stat that it gives. Also, the yellow substats and the set can be changed to your liking. At first, my Reliable Messenger comes with a cooldown set and I change it to crit damage set using the set binary. And the yellow substats are changeable using the tuning binary. Now you know how to identify a great dedicated equipment. Now, let's talk about the unit that has great dedicated equipment for you to use and invest on. Right now, in my opinion, only 2 units has a good dedicated equipment, Shaolin and Kim So-bin. Since we already talked about Shaolin's dedicated equipment, let's talk about Kim So-bin's dedicated equipments this time. Kim So-bin's dedicated equipment, Parry Infinite Ammos, give you attack speed and crit damage substat. Both of these substats are stats that Kim can benefit on really hard. As you guys probably already know, DPS unit can take advantage of attack speed really well. And with the additional crit damage, this gear is definitely worth for you to invest if you haven't already. In the future, more units will get their own counter case file, and with that comes their dedicated equipment. So let's talk about the unit that will have their own counter case file in the future and also their dedicated equipment. First, let's take a look at my holy maiden and best girl of this game, Sylvia. Her dedicated equipment, Yay Maker, has a fixed options of attack and cooldown reduction. And if you're using Sylvia right now, you probably already knows how much Sylvia's abilities hits for. If you are not using her, then I will give you some insight. It is addicting. The damage and AoE that she does is really fun to use and watch, so I kinda recommend you guys enough to start using her and invest on her dedicated equipment in the future. Second is everyone's favorite shield boy, Kyle Dong. His dedicated equipment, Tactical Communicator, has a fixed option of attack speed and percentage cooldown reduction. A truly deadly stats for him to have. His passive will proc even more and his DPS will increase by a lot. Also, his shield will have less cooldown, and who doesn't want that? Definitely invest on this gear as soon as we get it. Third comes from a character that is probably under everyone's radar, and it's Roy Burnett. His dedicated equipment, best choice, is a shoe that has a fixed substat of attack speed percentage and cooldown reduction percentage. Again, attack speed will help him proc his passive, and cooldown reduction will help him debuff the enemies constantly. And also, if you guys are sleeping on him, don't, as his debuffs are amazing for harder PvE contents in the later stage of the game. Those are the dedicated equipment that I think are worth investing. If your favorite character's dedicated equipment are not in the list, comment down below to tell me how good is it. And as usual, goodbye, have a nice day, and keep playing CounterSide.